Alright, we were just back on the ship. So, let's see. Huh. Not sure why we were looking at the ceiling. Alright, oh, our notebook is actually not here. Interesting. You know, my fear was that as soon as I went into this room at the end of last stream, it would start like another outsider cutscene, and I think we're still going for that. One, the level title kind of gave it away. And second, now I'm saying because my book is not here, so we can't really note down anything. Oh. Yep. That doesn't look good. I like that.
Void, but somehow different this time.
I like this. That, you know, this time they went, okay, they'll expect us to make them wake up here and have void stuff happen. So, we won't remove that wall this time and, you know, make everything look fairly normal here. And then it's like, wait, are those butterflies? Bloodflies? Something? And then it comes like, ooh, wait, this is kind of broken. We're in a tree. I love that. But yeah, I hope you have a little vacuum cleaner or something. It's also a cool idea to just put these branches here so they don't have to model that second room over there. You know, like distracting you from what's actually happening. Same here for the door. There's only one way to go, and that's okay, I guess. But it's interesting, yeah, I mean, I saw it and went like, I don't think there was that much wood in the previous void. I think it was more all rocks. And she said it's different this time, but it didn't feel like, it still feels void-ish, you know? This doesn't feel like a good place to walk.
Surprised I can pull you into this place? The outsider marked me long ago. I made you flee your precious tower and turned your father into cold stone. How difficult for you. But when I was young, sweet Jessamine and I were closest sisters, sharing a secret. Emperor Kaldwin had another daughter, born in shame to a kitchen maid.
Am I dreaming? If not, how is Delilah doing this?
What I'm also wondering now is, since there are bits of the cabin on the ship, does that mean Delilah knows where we are? Or is this just like, you know, do we see something different? Is it just like that's where we started, and then when we go out here, it's basically we've gone far enough outside of our own body that she can see what happens and you know, like, can see us. And you know, the stuff back there is just symbolic for us. Curious.
But I want to come to court like Jessamine.
I told you when you're older. Perhaps next year.
You said that last year. Jessamine's younger than me, and she's at court every day.
Just is, well, it's complicated. We'll understand someday.
What did I do? I'll be good. I swear.
Next year, I promise.
That doesn't sound very promising, but sort of explains why she has this craving. I wonder, you know, this is a spot where I can just jump over. So it doesn't involve, you know, like any of our powers. And in fact, I don't think we have our powers right now. That's why the circle is empty. Go away, Delilah, I don't need a haircut. What? So, if you remember, there were a bunch of spots in the first time we were in the void where, you know, you could only reach them using the outsider's abilities. And I'm kind of wondering, like, how does that work out? You know, like, if you reject his powers, does the level just end there?
During the day, Jessamine and I played games in the tower. But at night, I'd go back to the servants' quarters to cockroaches and thin gruel. Emperor Daddy would visit and tell me if I was good. Next year, I'd be old enough to come to court to be a princess. Then one day, pretty Jessamine broke something worth a fortune, and the spy master caught us. She claimed I did it, and he whipped me in the garden house until I bled. My mother lost her kitchen job, and that night we were out on the streets with no place to sleep.
I didn't break it.
Would you like to tell me who did?
We were just playing.
Young lady Jessie, what is your account?
It was her. Delilah's light. She broke it.
That doesn't sound good. Interesting that there seem to be no whales around here. It's all dead matter. So I guess... Hi Bones, how's it going? Have had a good week so far? Having a good weekend, I hope? Or are you forced to work in the mines? My Delilah. Yeah. Luckily Tom Jones isn't here either. That would probably lead to a quick copyright strike. Anyway. What was I about to say? You're at work. Oh, okay. I vaguely remembered that you had something weekend job related. What was I about to say? Yeah, I'm sure Jessamine didn't, you know, like, she just thought, okay, I'd get in trouble. And didn't realize that if, Delilah gets in trouble, you know, she'll have to a much worse fate than the Emperor's daughter. You're working the weekend day shift, yeah. Okay, so at least not the night shift, I guess. I guess that's a small mercy. Alright. Let's see what this is then.
Mother and I saw the nastiest parts of Dunwall, ending up in debtor's prison. Jessamine died quick on an assassin's blade, but my mother lingered for weeks after a fat guard broke her jaw. They threw me out when she died. I looked up at the lights of Dunwall Tower and swore revenge. Washing bedsheets in a brothel, I painted on the side, until Anton Sokolov took me as a student. That's the polite word for it. I was crafty even before the outsider marked me, and survived the worst the Empire could offer. Now it's your turn.
My mother's sick. She needs help.
Your mother kicked off while you were out begging. She's another bag of bones now, girl.
What? No!
Her sentence is served and she'll be tossed out with the others. You can't stay here anymore.
Is there anything else we can do here? Doesn't look like it. I kind of wonder why they make it a choice to go out here. I also wonder how much, like whether what Delilah tells us is just, is just to make us feel guilty. Doesn't seem like there's anything else we can do here. You know, if she's just, you know, if that's what she wishes to remember and maybe she actually broke it, then maybe, you know, maybe there's more to the story. Or whether, you know, it's totally realistic that that might have happened and Jessamine might have not realized what the consequences were. And if her parents didn't tell her. The worst trip down the worst memory lane.
It's hard to know whether my dear old aunt is telling the truth or not.
Meet with Megan Foster and Anton Sokolov to discuss the next steps in your effort to take down Delilah and the Duke of Serkonos. Alright.
When I was young, the Loyalist conspiracy that kidnapped me also took Anton Sokolov. They brought him to the pub where I was being held and locked him in a cage meant for dogs. And you know what? Sokolov laughed at them. He taught me lessons and told me funny stories. He seemed immortal. His mind shaped our age. That's changed. The old man I rescued doesn't talk much. He eats what we give him, groans in his sleep, coughs out blood. I thought he'd tell me the secret to defeating Delilah and saving the Empire. But I'm not even sure he knows where he is.
But we saved him.
I'm with you, even in the void. If only I could do more.
Mother? That wasn't a dream, was it?
Am I to blame for Delilah's bitterness?
No. She's the one who orchestrated the coup.
Our decisions have weight. I feel my time drawing to an end. Soon.
Oh. Wait. Can I go back to the void? Can I... You know what? Let's do this moment again, because I totally forgot. Oh no, we didn't have our powers. So, I couldn't actually use the heart to find out what was going on. Okay, never mind. He coughs up blood? Yes, but not like he used to. Jesus, bones! It's always sad when you get mugged on memory lane. Let's see what her thoughts are. I think we've done the Clockwork Mansion and read it all. Yeah, we've read that. So, Sokolov is safe. I killed Kirin Jindosh for abducting Sokolov. Well, actually, we kind of used him as cover and his robot killed him. We otherwise would have probably sort of left him alive, but hey. For working for Delilah and Duke Abel, for the part his clockworks played in the coup that took my throne. For the clockwork army the man was building. He may have been smart, but he wasn't invulnerable. Not like Delilah. I imagine he was jealous of Sokolov for good reason, I suppose. Who cured the rat plague? Who changed the world with machines fueled by whale oil once Esmond Roseborough discovered the liquid power trap there? And his paintings. Genius isn't a word I use very often, but Sokolov deserves it. Speaking of the old goat, it's good to see him again, though he looks weaker than I expected, tired, and smaller than I remember. I hope that great mind of his is still working. Delilah in the Void. I dreamed of Delilah Copperspoon. No, this was more than a dream. I was in the Void. Somehow Delilah brought me there. I don't know if she was showing me the true past or a fabrication. She spoke of my grandfather, Emperor Euhorn Jacob Caldwin. History says he was a man of honor who served his people, but Delilah showed me all his promises unfulfilled, all those easy lies. And she showed me my mother, Jessamine, as I never imagined her, spoiled and petty, entitled. And finally a great injustice, Delilah's mother dying in a debtor's prison. I have so many questions, but how do I sort the truth from the lies? It's a direct quote from the first Addams Family movie. Oh, okay, I didn't remember that one. That's nice. Okay, we can get some wine. Okay, let's see how it looks this time. Well, no butterflies, that's a good start. Was that a huge rat? I guess it's a bit of a, game hint to have, when you come out here, to have the rats go there, so you automatically look there and see your main objective. Like that.
For a man of his age, Sokolov's making better progress than I would have expected.
Good to see you're still with us. Thank you for helping, Anton.
Sokolov's not the only one making a rapid recovery. I'll be good enough to leave soon. There's a lot to do. Of course, unless the Duke falls, he'll undo my best efforts here.
Then we'll have to make sure Duke Luca Abel doesn't overstay his welcome.
Karnaka's key leaders are flawed, for certain. After all this is settled with the Duke, and the time of the coup has passed, whichever ones are left standing could change things here. Consider that, as you come face to face with the Duke's remaining associates.
I appreciate your thoughts on the matter, Alexandria.
Oh, okay, so we get to choose which of the Duke's friends might be a problem. Okay. Letter from Lucia Pastor. Dear Dr. Hypatia, I couldn't be happier about the news you gave me. The people here in Dust District desperately need someone like you. I understand that you cannot see patients in Addermire anymore, and that it's too dangerous to go back to your apartment. I'll arrange something. We'll find you a safe place to hide and give free consultations as you suggested. I'll send word about it via the Miners Family Committee and some friends I have at the Silver Spike newspaper. Welcome back to the city. Okay, so that's her plan. To go back and help some people. That sounds good. Blood of the Abel House. This chapter will focus on Adithia Abel, steward of Colero. With sword in hand, she swept the marshes of raiders, sacrificing her life for Sarkonos. I think we've read that. Alright. So... anything? Where are we? Are we still near... yeah, we're still near Karnaka. Okay. Still looks amazing. Ha! Such a beautiful game. In a horrific way, but it's a beautiful game. He's the one with the coup clock, I assume. Yes, Abel is the Duke who did a coup and dethroned us.
Chindos wanted me to help him with a rather complicated problem. It would have enabled him to make his clockwork soldiers at a fraction of the cost. Clever man.
Not clever enough. What's wrong with people like that?
A restless mind and an empty heart, perhaps. Jindosh would have snuffed me out as soon as he got bored. I appreciate what Emily did for me, freeing me from that place.
I searched for you, Anton. I would have found you.
I knew you'd try, Megan. They kept me going after they gave me to Jindosh.
Either way, you're back now. I'm glad.
It's interesting.
Ah, the Empress has risen. A peaceful sleep, I hope. Nothing like the pillows at Dunwall Tower, made of goose feathers.
Sit down when you want to talk.
That painting of Delilah back there reminds me of what she said in the dream, you know, where she went, what, he took her as a student or something? Or that's the way what they called it? She says something like that, you know, and so that probably means he, like, found her and kind of, you know, like, offered her a way out as his girlfriend or something like that. Is at least what she wants us to think. I don't know. I don't know if we can trust Delilah or not. But that's still the thing we don't know. I mean, what's she hoping for? Telling us that. You know, she could have tried that earlier, I guess. You know, instead of killing everyone. And she didn't. So she wants something from us, I guess. And maybe she just told us these things to get us to, you know, trust her or doubt ourselves or our friends in those moments. Like, she doesn't know anything about Megan. But she knows that we freed Sokolov. So, that's probably, you know, that's probably why she mentioned him. And of course, she knows that if she says, well, you know, your mother kind of had it coming, then at least that justifies what she did, maybe. You know, so, I kind of understand that, that she would do that.
Delilah Copperspoon, or is it Caldwin?
Anton Sokolov's diary. Started painting again. My thoughts start here and there. I'm at the whim of my aging brain. I smell an orange and it triggers a memory. All at once I'm a boy back in school suffering under the cruelty of Professor Oliphant. Her horrible wigs and the smell of old wool. The wool reminds me of my suits. I used to have them custom made. The suits remind me that I was once a man of position. And then I am thinking of my own cruelties. Terrible deeds, performed in the name of science, progress, or profit. And then I am flooded with regrets and guilt. Then, just as suddenly, I am hungry, or thinking about my knees, or a nap. And if I could quiet my mind and apply myself to a task, say painting, like today, it is of little use. I find it odd that at a time where I thought I might enjoy some rest and expand on my paintings, that my eyes are not as sharp as they need be, and my hands quiver unexpectedly. The smell of the paints assaults my nose and muddles my thoughts. Do they always smell so? Still, I have begun work on a canvas. I have no name for it yet. Alright. Let's have a quick... Okay, weird helmet. Oh. Cute. We can get up here. Don't think I see anything useful up there. Interesting. I guess we crouched because it wasn't tall enough. I think we read the Pandician continent books here. Oh. Bloodfly infestation. Dear passengers, I'd like to offer my apologies for being such a grumpy captain. First to Anton, who I called a senile old goat when he decided to bring live bloodflies aboard for study. Not a single day passes without me staring in delight at those little marvels of nature. Second, my apologies to whoever broke the bloodfly tank, allowing them to flutter down to the engine room, bringing joy to the sad boat of mine with the gentle humming of their soft wings. I deeply regret calling you a clumsy sack of guano. But now that we've all had time to enjoy their charming company, can someone please exterminate every last bloodfly on my ship? Megan. Okay, so that's apparently a side quest we have to do. I think we'll do that first before we get back to main story. Just so we've done everything. It's kind of a very passive-aggressive note. These are interesting card faces. 3 has like 3 heads. And the 10 has guns. It seems to be only 2 suits. Huh, interesting. Empty bottles, whiskey tumbler. Trip to the markets. Megan, I've thought of a few things I need when you go to Karnaca. I'd get them myself, but you know what it's like for these old bones to walk so far. I need a smaller shirt. Seems everything I own falls off me now. And you're right, I suppose. I need some soap. And a good hair tonic for my beard and what's left around the sides of my skull. You like the Tivian stew I made last week, so if you'd like to have that again, get lamb if we can afford it. If not, don't worry. My appetite isn't what it used to be. A bit of bread and a few shrimp will get me through most days, but don't forget the wine. If that's not too much, I could use more paints. I'm out of cerulean, ochre, and ultramarine. Okay, so I guess we should buy some stuff for him. The Shinderay gift, I think we've read that. Yeah, okay, that's why Karnaca is actually safe from the whale oil running out of whale oil, because they have wind power. Still can't get in there. Interesting. Alright. Just do a quick save in case we screw up here. Okay, blood flies over there. I wonder if I can... Let's see if there's anything on the ship. Not really anything here. I was kind of hoping there would be something that we could use for fire. I guess we'll do this manually. Where's the last one? I can hear you buzzing. Oh, here. Alright, did we get them all? Or is there more? Oh. There are incendiary bolts here. That I was kind of hoping I'd find those. Is there a nest somewhere? Doesn't really look like it. So I guess their idea was that I would already have incendiary bolts, and once I got the blood flies, it would you know, once I got them, it would be my refill.
Pushed out into the harsh world, you are alone, but for a few allies.
It's kind of a cool idea. You know, there's a lot. Look away, it's an unsuitable card game. Hi, Mac. You're gonna leave a lurk because you're reading a book. Have fun. Okay, have fun with your book, whatever it is. I mean, if you're still here or have a moment or something, feel free to let me know what you're reading. But glad that you're dropping by. Alright. But, I love the way, you know, this heart is something that's difficult to do. Like, you can't give people a device, you know, that, like, does everything her mother would be able to do. Like, you know, tell her all the questions she has. Because then, you know, she would probably tell all the important things. You know, you could ask all the important questions at the start. And she should know so much about things. So having her be this ethereal apparition that you can kind of call upon, and she hazily recovers some thoughts, but, you know, isn't quite there anymore, of course makes it much easier to manage as like from a gameplay design standpoint. Jesus. Do we have to get the rats as well? Come on. It's a bit messy, all this rat blood about. But, you know, one of them had a blood fly in it. Maybe it's better this way. Okay, there's a stun mine refill in case we need it. Okay, I think we've got everything we could get. So I guess let's go to the main quest.
Anton, when I brought you back, you could barely speak. But it's been 3 days.
They tortured him. His body is covered with bruises.
Delilah has the throne, and my father is missing. This is Anton Sokolov, the greatest mind in the Empire.
No, Emily. Megan is right. I can make electricity move from one side of the room to the other, but Delilah is beyond my understanding. When I came to Sarkonos, I meant to leave everything behind. But when the assassination started, I couldn't ignore it. By the time Megan and I connected the murders to the Duke, it was too late. The Crown Killer came for me. It kept me alive from my knowledge that I saw things. Jindosh often had a visitor, Brianna Ashworth.
She's the curator of the Royal Conservatory.
Yes, Ashworth is dangerous, as obsessed with the occult as Delilah. Apparently, she's working on a device called the Oraculum.
There's more to her than either of you know.
If Ashworth is one of Delilah's lieutenants, I need to eliminate her. Who knows what this device is capable of, or what she's up to.
That was a bit of an abrupt switch, like this zooming in on her, and then suddenly, sword! The telltale heart. I think that might actually be what they called it.
Those around you cannot see me. I am here and not here. when you call to me.
What is it? Here? Here. Mission clues, mission items, objectives. We got the blood flies, okay. Let's see, how many bone charms do we have? Well, we have a bunch. Can we craft some? We've never crafted bone charms. Sacrifice bone charms to discover new traits and gain raw whalebone. Okay, so we don't have traits available. And we can't craft runes yet. And we have one rune right now. That is this. Same trait. Lower chance of corruption. Okay. How do I learn to craft runes? I don't think that's an ability we can get yet. I guess we can sacrifice some bone charms that we won't need. Bolts look good. Black flies attack less. Bullet packs. I don't think we really need bullets because they're not stealthy. Sacrifice, yes. Falling star. Drop assassination, restore some mana. That's something we might want to equip. You can't rune and you cannot hide. Exactly. You can try to rune, but you can never hide. We're not the Mounties, but we always get our man. And if anyone recognizes that song even barely, then my apologies. You lived through the 90s. Incendiary bolt radius, that's good. Slide speed is slightly faster. Not even sure I'm using this, but let's see. White rats can be eaten for mana. Whoa. Drinking from a fountain restores health. Drinking from a fountain restores mana. Movement is slightly faster in stealth mode. Void favor. Sometimes supernatural powers contain no mana. Maximum mana is increased. You gain health when inflicting sword damage or assassinating enemies. You take significantly less damage, your movement speed is reduced. Well, since we don't really plan to be in combat much, we can cycle that one as well. Clumsy assassin. Brief invisibility after choking or assassinating an enemy. You are louder when making noise and more visible when leaning. Nope. But I don't think we actually learn traits from... Traits cannot be learned, yeah. Your speed is increased when walking or running, but you take more damage. That's kind of one we could use. So, let's see. We have one trait available, but we need two to craft. Well, I guess we can take some more. I think this one. Movement is slightly faster in stealth mode. Do I want... Nah, we have the water thing, so I don't think we need the rats. We haven't seen that many white rats either, so let's get rid of that as well. And the glide speed... we also don't need. Okay, I think we're good now. Bone Charm with 2 traits. 3 available and we need 2, so we can only just craft 1 Bone Charm. Or we could craft one with 3 traits. But then it's more likely it corrupts, I guess. So let's try craft one with 2 traits. No chance of corruption. Slide speed is slightly faster. Oh, okay, so we can only get the ones... Ah, that's how it works. Of course, then you can't really recycle them. But of course that means we get them merged into one at least. Alright, so that's how it works. So we can... So the question is... Can I combine... For example, can I combine liquid sustenance and spirit water? I guess that's what we want to do, but I think what I'll do first is I'll save. You lived through both the 80s and the 90s. Did you recognize the song? Or was that not your fandom? Okay. Let's see. Let's risk it and say sacrifice. So the thing is, if we can combine them, then of course having liquid sustenance and spirit water as one rune means we have more slots free. So let's try that. And now, let's see, craft one with 2 traits. Spirit water. And a liquid sustenance. Yes. That's good. Again, let's do a save just in case I misunderstand something and it gets corrupted after all. But this might give us the opportunity to, you know, have more Bone Charms skills equipped as at a time. So Swift Shadow movement is slightly faster in stealth mode. Okay, so Expansive Spirit, we cannot learn the trait, so we would basically break it. Same for Zephyr, okay. Movement slightly faster. Okay, so Falling Star restores mana. And Void Favor sometimes makes them restore use no mana. So I think those are 2 we might want to combine. So that we have 1 rune that does mana stuff. Okay. Falling Star and Void Favor. Alright. Good. So now let's equip some bone charms. Equip. Crafted. So that one wasn't really one we wanted, because those were both abilities we didn't really want to use. So drinking from a fountain, that one, and drop assassination, that one for the mana stuff. Okay. Then we have bitter blood still equipped, and we have fire starter still equipped. So let's see, expansive spirit, movement faster in stealth mode, or the crossbow bolt. I think maximum mana. I guess that would halfway work. So let's see, fire starter and bitter blood. Combining those two might actually make sense. Fire starter. Yeah, okay, we can. Because we need fire. You know, when going after bloodflies, so having bloodflies attack us less kind of seems like a good combination. So bitter blood and fire starter. Alright. And now blood and fire starter. I wish you could name those. Maximum mana, and we have one last one. So more bolt packs, faster stealth, or just generally more stealth but more damage. And the thing is, we don't really care that much about damage, so I think I'll take the Zephyr for now, because that should affect stealth as well, right? Alright. Roseboro Collection. Dear patrons, due to an alarming increase in the mite population and with the full knowledge and approval of Duke Abel himself, the Royal Conservatory will remain closed for the foreseeable future. Our apologies, Ashworth Curator. Okay, that's who we heard about. So the conservatory just started a new plant collection, right? Join us at the Royal Conservatory as curator Brianna Ashworth plays host to the largest collection of Roseboro inventions, documents and sketches known throughout the Isles. Witness firsthand the genius of Esmond Roseboro. Oh, okay, that was Sokolov's mentor, basically.
It'll be good to see the Royal Conservatory, even if it's closed to the public.
Okay, so that's where we have to go, somewhere up there. Alright.
Meet me at the skiff when you want to set out for the Royal Conservatory.
There's a spark in your eyes. Something other than hate, which surprises me given all that's happened.
Is that, I wonder if that's just a general line? Or, you know, if that's related to, you know, whether we're high chaos or low chaos? That if we played high chaos, maybe he will say, oh, you know, there's a darkness in you. I didn't expect that. Okay, I guess we've done everything we can here. Although I guess we can go upstairs and see if we find any notes with small side missions or something up there. Ooh. There's some very nice looking charms. You think at this point you cut all the shapes out of paper and try to fit them together. Oh, it's okay. Is someone playing a puzzle? Doop dee doop dee doo dee doop dee doop dee doo. Damn it, this game is so beautiful. I hope that the new Myst will be like this, and I hope that they'll remake all the games. Oh, Megan is casually strolling out there. I like that if in a game, you know, if there's an NPC waiting somewhere, if you can actually see them going there. I mean, I don't like it when I have to wait for them to go somewhere. Someone playing The Witness. Somehow I thought, I actually thought, you know, like that was like the game I'd seen played most recently. So it was like, maybe something in The Witness. Because that's also like the most recent game that plays, that has strong puzzles at an exciting point. Yeah. Megan Foster's notebook. I've seen many storm clouds gather only to dispense in an hour's time. I've seen monstrous waves in the distance, towering like high hills that were only a ripple by the time they reached the boat. Things aren't right. They never have been, but at least everything's held at the center for a long while. Now I worry all the time. For me, for Anton, for everything. I should quit, disappear again. Anyone else would, I think. Self-preservation is only natural. I could take my boat and go anywhere, be anybody, be nobody. Nobody again. I'd like that. I've had many different lives. Could I start a new one now? How many more do I have left? I'm so tired. I wish I could sleep and wake up as somebody else. Interesting. Who's that? Is that someone we should recognize? Oh, and here's another map of the known world. I don't know if I like this or... You know, I think I would kind of like this game a little more if it was a parallel history. I don't think it needs to be a completely different, you know, world, country, continents. Extremely inconsiderate of the two of you to stream at the same time on the same day. Mwahaha. Hey. I've been streaming on Sundays for quite a long time. Oh, I guess this would have been maybe how I can get out there and to that lid if I don't have powers? Or something like that? Or is this for swimming? By the way, I don't think I realized that at the time, but if when we went swimming down there to grab a rune or bone charm or something, it was I took damage and I thought I had been diving too long and was running out of air, but actually I think it was fish attacking me. Because I recently played around a little... Whoops. Ha! Didn't know that was possible. Ouch. Okay. That wasn't smart. I guess we'll have to take some of Megan's snacks. seems to be just enough for fall damage. Interesting. Being a completely different world made it much harder to relate. Yeah, everything in the world is unfamiliar, and so much written material lore dumping it overwhelmed you. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's about at the level where I go, they've painted it, you know, in broad enough brush strokes that I kind of go, okay, I can guess it. And, you know, it still has this general, you know, United Kingdom during the British Armada days feel to it. So I end up substituting a lot. But I think most of it, you know, like, you have cities that are named things like Bristol and things like that. So I don't really see why you couldn't just go and say, hey, it's, you know, it's, I don't know, Birmingham or whatever, you know? And, you know, just pick cities that are similar or something. But maybe the idea was, if it was set in the UK, it's basically one big island. And by setting it in this fantasy world, you have isolated all the smaller islands from each other. Maybe that's why they did it, you know, so it would make the maps easier to split up and make it easier to keep you from running around all over the place. But I think you know, I could totally see this being done more Assassin's Creed-like, you know, like more open world, but with a parallel history. Like, Assassin's Creed is basically a parallel history, but it's a secret history. And the difference in Dishonored is that that it's a known history. It's the whole world has actually changed, you know, and this whole steampunk vibe is just normal. Whereas in Assassin's Creed it was just, oh yeah, there are a few assassins and Templars who have crazy technology even in the past. Cities and stuff is fine, but stuff like Month of Bats or whatever dislodges your footing. Yeah, I get that. I found that, you know, it's actually, it's a parallel to how month names developed. So I'm not sure enough about how this is done in different countries. Like in particular how that happened in the UK and for the English language. But there have been, like, months are basically named after moon cycles. Which is why why the year is so difficult to figure out and why it's such an unround number. Because we're relating completely unrelated things to each other. You know, the Earth goes around the sun, and that gives us seasons. But also, the moon rotates around the Earth, and that's something you can see, and it's roughly every 28 days. So we know that that stuff you know, we can see that and can kind of split up time based on that. But of course, since, you know, there's no relationship between how the moon moves around the Earth and the Earth around the sun, those don't line up, you know? Like, a year is not a multiple of 28 days. So they always kind of drift off a little bit and then have to be moved back again, which is why we have leap years and things like that. And so we used to have old month names I know for sure in German, and I think I looked it up, and there were English examples as well. So we've had like, you know, like harvest months and things like that. So I totally understand these month names, but of course here, I think here they're basically made up, partially probably for atmosphere. But some of them totally make sense. Like, I think they have a month of nets, and you know, that kind of makes sense. Because, you know, at the end of the whaling season, there's probably this time between end of the current season and start of the next one, probably at the beginning of the next whaling season, where you go grab all your nets and, you know, repair them so they're ready by the time you can go whaling again. You know, things like that. And, you know, where you might, you know, like, do bigger repairs, and during the season, all you have time for is patchwork. Like, you know, fix something here and fix something there. But then you'd go, okay, this half of the net is ruddy. Let's just, you know, pull out a few of the ropes, I guess, you make nets from, right? And then, you know, put in completely fresh ones, things like that. Or even just, you know, maybe it's where you throw away the old nets and make new ones. You know, something like that. So, those month names, yeah, they're strange, but I'm not sure if this was set in the 1800s. If, to be, you know, historically correct, you wouldn't actually need to use different month names as well. So, who knows? So that's why I wasn't quite so confused. But yeah, it's like all these details, they build a cool world, but on the other hand, they also, of course, build up a distance between this world. Which, you know, I think is probably to a good degree intentional. They want to give you a strange and scary world, but one that feels real and genuine. And I think they've achieved that. But still, like, I think, yeah, maybe, I think this game would have worked as well, and maybe in some ways better, if it was the real world, you know, if there was the chance of you running into real world characters, for example. And that's, you know, sometimes that's just a stunt that people, you know, perform. And sometimes it's not, you know, like, but and sometimes it really works and adds something to the story. Too many details and you can't internalize them and you end up emotionally disconnecting too. Yeah, I can understand that. I guess for me, a lot of a game is just being in the moment. So as long as the things that are weird in the game feel, I guess the term is truthy for me. You know, if they feel like they could be true in this world, then I'll just go, well, I don't quite understand it, or it's too complicated for me to remember it. You know, but that's fine. Like, if I see, like, this happened in the month of this, it's just, like, you know, the droplets just bounce off, basically. I'm not the kind of person who can match up, those month names to real months as we have them, and then say, hey, wait, these two texts use different dates, for things that should be very close together, so, you know, they've screwed up the timing. That's not something I would notice, and so as long as I'm here in the moment and the atmosphere works, I guess for me the strangeness just works. Oh, new travel log entry. Brianna Ashworth is my next target. Brianna Ashworth. I only know her by reputation. Born to the Dunwall aristocracy, she's a sculptor and the curator of the Royal Conservatory in Karnaca. One of Delilah's lieutenants, maybe her closest confidant. They share a taste for the occult. While being held, Sokolov overheard conversations about a strange device being constructed under Ashworth's supervision. The Oraculum. Something more convoluted than clockwork killing machines, but every bit as dangerous. No doubt. I think an after-hours visit to the conservatory will give me the answers I need. All right.
We'll take the skiff. I don't want to bring the dreadful whale any closer than we have to. There is a small dock in Syria Gardens, close to the conservatory. That's as far as I can take you. Ready to go?
Yes, let's go. I like that they go through the effort of explaining that again. I actually don't really... for me, it wouldn't have been necessary. I assume that if they say, well, you have to take the skiff there, she's looked into it or something, and there's some reason. But that they explain it again, good for me. I'm generally, if it's not, obvious where you say, well, I can see that it's just across here or something, why did you make me go all the way around? Then it works for me. Brianna is worth a fair bit of ash, then.
Yes. Let's go.
I guess we're lucky that it wasn't in the... that she wasn't born in the Orient, because, the cliche is then she would be Camelworth. Okay, bad cliche. Although I have to say, I have a friend whose father was actually offered a couple of camels or something for his daughter. So I don't know what the context was. It was just a funny story to be told. It could totally be that, that was a humorous exchange or something. So my friend was the daughter. While held captive, Anton Sokolov learned of the identity of Delilah's chief allies, Brianna Ashworth. One of her chief allies. An architect of the coup that took the throne in Dunwall, Ashworth is powerful and full of secrets. She is building a mysterious device for Delilah. Brianna Ashworth must be eliminated. Witches. Oh, I'm not sure. I mean, it's a useful bit of information, but I think the game hasn't deserved it yet. We haven't really been told about witches. We've seen these ladies walking around among all the dead soldiers when we got back. And we just stayed away from them. But we didn't actually know that Delilah had a coven so far. And I would prefer if they'd given us a cutscene or something for this information before, and if these hints were just a reminder.
There'll be a Grand Guard presence outside the Royal Conservatory. Inside, be prepared for anything. Ashworth runs with an eclectic crowd. They'll be the real danger.
Someday I'd like to know more about how you met Ashworth.
I know you would. Trust me. Ashworth is important to Delilah. Which brings up something else. You might be able to exploit the Abbey of the Everyman in removing Ashworth from play. Turns out the Vice Overseer in Karnaca has been watching Ashworth from a hidden outpost near the Royal Conservatory. Check it out first if you want more options. Remember, if she's still working with Delilah, Ashworth is a grave threat.
Thanks, Megan. See you soon.
You know, I was just thinking, you know, we don't know much about Megan. And so I was wondering if she was in any way related to the outsider. But, like, we have the... Whoops. We have the outsider's mark on our left hand. And her left hand seems to be fine. Of course, if she'd had it on the right hand, maybe that would explain why she doesn't have an arm anymore. Maybe she, I don't know, met Delilah or something. This looks almost the same as the other place we were dropped off in. Just that the water is way louder. Alright, so a lot of bone charms and stuff to pick up.
Pushed out into the harsh world.
Oh, we've already heard that.
Alone, but for a few allies.
So there are a bunch of people there that we don't know if they are good or bad, or if they'll even attack us. Do we have a map? No, we don't have a map, of course. Oh. That's nice. Copper wire. Kind of sad, we've never found a copper spoon. Ba-dum-ts. I don't think they have a problem with us here. Pay.
Wars are disgusting this year. And what's next? It's enough to make a man crazy.
Pay what you owe. Interesting.
Spooky, someone grabbing people off the street. What do they want?
The reason I did
Just
it?
leave me alone.
I can't really tell you right now, but stick around. Eventually, you'll find out.
Oh, hello.
Hey.
Alright, so that's somewhere in the building, apparently.
Watch yourself around the Duke's men.
Gotta get back to Dunwall. I feel so bad. I haven't seen the kids in 2 years.
Okay, these are just workers, apparently. Oh. There's a soldier.
Feel safe. What is wrong with this city?
I'm the first one to admit when I'm scared. And there, I said it.
Did I close my
I'm
locker before
scared.
coming out?
Something's up.
Last time I left it open.
I
Someone
told
left a
them it was a
hagfish in
long
my
time.
jacket pocket.
But they don't want to listen to me. Next time, I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut.
Oh. Another rewire tool. That was worth going there at least. Is there a way in? Nope, doesn't look like it. Okay. Delilah made copper spoons illegal. Wait, she declared herself illegal?
Starving.
Oh, is there anything in here?
Go away. You've been warned.
Okay.
If you're looking for trouble, you're gonna find it.
Okay. Sorry. Didn't know that was a problem.
To worry about. Now they say there's
Those
someone.
around you cannot see me.
Wait.
I am here, and not here, when you call me.
This.
That tasted awful. That weren't no blue-jawed hagfish. River cross is more likely.
Not sure if that was stealthy enough. I don't think he saw me. Okay.
What I wouldn't give for a bottle of
Isn't it dinner time yet?
Okay, there's another light wall to the conservatory, and he is... Here is the information. Oh. Oh. There's a blocked door here.
Air feels heavy. Hard to get a good lungful.
Whew. That could have gone badly.
Something feels wrong. Maybe I should just...
So I could go in through this window.
Listen to him tell me about how good it was. The whole family stung to death. Ugh, so disfigured. Blood fly nests all around them. Horrible. I'm not in the mood. Show
Whoops.
yourself.
I may have forgotten to duck. The
Nothing
flowing
here?
whale oil
have a
reminds
look
you
around.
of the Leviathan blood from the Blades in the Dark RPG. Ooh.
Wonder what I'm
I'd
dealing
never actually played that game. But I guess it's a similar idea. Whoops. Hello, mouse.
Did I imagine that? No. I'm sure.
Okay, that's where we walked up. Oh, he's there. Okay. So the next time he goes over there, we can probably sneak up behind him.
Damn it, I need to pee.
Don't pee on your shoes.
2 more months.
That's
she
something
says.
that you get a lot in Assassin's Creed, where you have the whole the whole NPCs are standing at the side peeing. Oh, by the way, let me do something quick here, because I just realized I wasn't sure if I had an echo. But I think I do have one, so this should be better for you now. And also the ducking should hopefully be a little more reliable.
I'm sure it's nothing. Someone just heard a dog bark or something. Of course, now we're all on edge.
Okay, I guess I think I'll try to just take these people out slightly. There's a really good AP podcast for Blades. You'll find the name. That sounds interesting.
I just have to finish my shift.
But yeah, the whole idea of
My feet up.
whale oil in this world is a really fascinating thing. Alright, come on. You can go back over there. I know you can do it. Or was he just over there because he saw us
Got to
over
get
there?
to one of the other districts.
Come on, little man.
Quest for new boots, and what did I get? A sock. One useless sock.
A bit sad that these phrases are repeating that much. I'm not sure if they just don't expect you to stealth that much, or... I mean, on the other hand, I guess it helps you, because if you've heard soldiers say the same phrases before, then you'd kind of expect it. Alright, I guess that worked. Ugh. Oh, there's another one of those windmills. I guess we can go... Oh, and the windmill provides power to the wall. So... that would be something I could do. Can I get them to somehow come over here? Well, I guess I don't really need to. He walks... do you see that? Like, the guy over there walked up to the wall and kind of did like a careful step into it. Oops.
Let her go. Damn you! It's you and me
Whoops.
now.
Did you just kill your friend?
Beg for mercy. You're dead.
Come on.
I hit.
Come on.
Shit heel.
Whoops. Didn't pay attention to my health there. Gonna lurk for a bit. Okay, have a fun lurk. And I guess I'm gonna reload wherever I last saved, which hopefully wasn't too long ago. Magpie's podcast. Send you a link via Discord. Thanks, that sounds good. Then I can look at that after stream. Okay, luckily I saved after I got this guy. Okay. Let's watch these people here again being confused. Oh no, actually, it's different now. I guess the random...
Taste it off. That weren't no blue-jawed hagfish. River crust is more likely.
Oh, and I was a little bit too fast. So the question is, do I even need to take these two out? I could probably...
What I wouldn't give for a bottle of pear soda.
Where is she?
I always get these shifts. I bet a week's wages this is the worst assignment. Martha, won't you marry me? 12 weeks have I been at sea, chasing monsters in the brine.
Who's she to say I didn't deserve the promotion? She wouldn't know a promotion if it hit her in the head. In fact, maybe that's just what she needs.
12 weeks have I been at sea.
I wonder if I could do something that will distract them.
A sock. One
Wait,
useless-
let's see. Let's see if they react
Blood
if
on
I
Steve
shoot
tonight.
somewhere.
Starving.
Whoops.
What was that?
Okay, that wasn't quite what I wanted to do.
So let's see. What was it?
Okay, but now they're not looking at each other for a moment.
imagine that? No, I'm sure.
Hey, who is?
Oh, damn it. Okay, I'm dead.
Wait for my orders.
But the general... I can't... Okay. No, that didn't work. Okay, just...
Finish her.
Yep. Not doing too well here. I could probably just sneak in there, but I kind of want to take them out just to be sure. Ah. Game. Ah. Game is ready. Okay, but what I really wanted to do was... I wanted to cause some noise. Say here. Oh.
What was
Did you hear that? What's going on here?
What?
And now...
Let's have a look.
Alright.
Have a look around.
Let's have a look around. Did I imagine that? No, I'm sure.
No, they're both over here. Nah.
Something feels wrong.
I don't like that.
I wonder what I'm dealing with.
I'm not half sure there was something
idea
going
what that
on.
was.
Next time.
I wonder if I have... well, I don't really want to use up my sleep arrows if I don't have to. And now I've moved them to the worst possible position, because if I wanted to just sneak past them, this is where I would have to sneak in. In Assassin's Creed, you always clear out as many guards and as entirely possible. Yeah. I kind of want that as well, because then, you know, like, if I'm coming out or whatever, you know, it's just less trouble. No one can accidentally spot me. Or if I'm walking down there and someone from up here sees me. You know, something like that. The problem is, if I knock him out here, she sees me. I'm pretty sure, so I would have to... I guess since they're both looking in my direction, I could try if I can get behind her.
Now we're all on. I always get these shifts. I'd bet a week's wages this is the worst assignment.
No! Did I just get someone killed? Alright, you're asleep at least. Oh, that doesn't look good. Okay.
So won't you marry me? 12 weeks have I been at sea, chasing monsters in the brine, dancing hagfish on the line.
So I don't think I will...
12 weeks have I been at sea.
Are you awake?
Someone's always claiming they've seen the face of the sailor or some other rubbish. I say it's a false alarm.
Oops. Yeah, you're dead. That's not good. Oracular order divided. Okay, I think we've read that already. Alright. I guess we're good. On the Oracular Order by Douglas Harwickle, historian. What happens if you kill someone apart from them being dead? I get points for being non-lethal and for being stealthy. So like whenever I'm spotted or someone dies, I get those points deducted, and the more that happens, the more chaos do I get, which gives me a bad ending. And depending on like certain special characters, if you kill them, actually make a big difference to the plot. Like the doctor that was in that second cabin on the ship. I had the option to kill her and instead saved her. And if I had killed her, my guess would be that Sokolov wouldn't have been, I wouldn't have had anyone who can take care of Sokolov. That's a way to avoid murder hobo syndrome, I suppose. Yeah. I guess it's like a combination. Like you can go for higher chaos, but then you get consequences. I like that actually, It gives me more of a challenge to stealth. Though, like how the game is made generally, I think they assume you will kill a bunch of people. Because it seems to be much more geared towards doing interesting combat than stealth in some ways. But, it's me. I'm always gonna stealth if I can. Much has been said about the blind sisters of the Oracular Order. In truth, their eyes function just as well as yours or mine. However, they do endeavor to become blind to distractions and frivolities. They will, if necessity bids them, walk among us, wearing richly hued blindfolds or otherwise covering their eyes. In this way, they remain at all times ready to see things clearly. Decisions are made during cloistered gatherings. Though no others are permitted to observe, the process was described to me, so I rendered here with permission. A room is prepared with heavy incense and blessings from the strictures. In a circle sit 30 or more sisters of our order until the room is brimming. We will hear no topic, lest we have each had adequate time to research. Several outcomes will be discussed, and some sisters are specifically tasked with advancing less popular or unlikely scenarios. It is not permitted to remain silent. Every voice must be heard. It may take some time to arrive at a decision, and by then all are quite versed in the myriad consequences, and many have lengthy advice for all contingencies. When an opinion is written, it may be as short as a sentence or fill 20 pages. Yet still one last sister must approve it, the High Oracle herself. Alright. It's a bit Greek-inspired, I guess. Like, I think in ancient Greece it was a convention in political speech to get people to hire things, to take positions that were underrepresented or something. Like it's a general philosophical speaking trick as well, to just go and say, okay, now for the next 20 minutes, I will just try to find what I can about this weird point. You know, is there any merit to it after all?
Brianna Ashworth, curator of the Royal Conservatory. For a while, I've believed Ashworth has some connection to the occult in Karnaca. Something is happening that I don't understand. The overseers are the forward face of the Abbey, but equally important are our sisters from the Oracular Order. To be direct, I suspect something is wrong within their sect. Subtle changes to the types of proclamations they've been making. Small but troubling deviations from tradition. But publicly saying anything along those lines will get me accused of heresy by my rivals within the Abbey. Is it possible that Ashworth has infiltrated the Oracular Order?
So Vice Overseer Byrne thinks Ashworth is interfering with the Oracular Order. If true, it's another reason she has to be eliminated.
Oh, there's a trap. I didn't even see that. Aw. But I guess I was lucky to not have run into the trap. Did I just trigger it? Oh, I triggered this one, I guess. Didn't hurt me. Okay. So we know that now, and let's see what it says here. Learn how Ashworth corrupts the oracles. Okay. Search the Royal Conservatory to uncover how Brianna Ashworth is influencing the sisters. Okay, so I guess... Oh, there's a map. Nice. Okay, Curator Ashworth's office is 1. 2 is lobby. 3 is Roseboro prototype. Okay. 4 is elevator. That's at the sides. 5 is delivery entrance. That sounds promising. 6 is stairs to lobby. And 7 is the archive. 7 is here. Okay. Alright. I hope I'm not getting you into trouble. I guess I'll put you here. Sorry. Didn't mean to kill you. Alright. Bones. Apparently you already own Dishonored 1 and 2. Woo! So, gonna play now as well? I'm loving this game so far. It's quite well done. Has some really nice world building and also some good story. And you know, the mechanics aren't bad either. It's also, it doesn't feel as janky as usual Bethesda stuff. Okay, that's the other corner. The balcony behind where the guard was standing. Okay. So I guess I can hop over the house there if I want to. Might do that later. It's kind of a nice way to to keep them from having to be too detailed about the houses by having lots of houses that are shut down due to blood flies or just otherwise being derelict. Okay, there are 2 guards down here, or some people at least. Oh, and I forgot. Huh. Oh, okay, that's that door. Okay.
Push out into the harsh world. You are alone, but for a few allies.
Alright, this will be interesting. What are these people down here? And can I... Oh. Okay, most of them seem to be outside. Oh, and there's a shop out there.
Today's your lucky day, madam. It's the day you get to meet Pirate Betty in person. Time to pay the price if you want to live.
Oh no, please! I have nothing. I'm just a poor maid.
I see you've heard the stories about Pirate Betty, about all the terrible things I've done to the fools who refuse to give up some trinket or a bag of coins.
Have mercy! Don't hurt me!
Should I start by cutting off your nose?
Anyone help me!
Oh. Whoops, wrong button. Oh.
Over here! Reel 'em in, howlers!
Whoops.
Maybe you didn't hear.
Get away!
Howlers are the law now.
Time to die, little girl. I'll crush you, you parasite! Think you... I'll cut you in half.
Okay, we got them. And apparently you are howlers. Okay. I don't know if I managed to rescue the lady. Whoever they talk to. I don't know. Rat skeever. Alright. I missed a bunch of shots though. Well, at least I don't see a dead body here. That's promising. Oh, and I'm back here. Okay. So that would have been another way up, apparently. Bit confused. Who were they talking to? Okay, I guess I'll go down there, which I think is where the store was. At least there was a sign over there. For a... Yeah, here again.
I look forward to the day when I can reopen my gallery. Please take a look around. We have the best wares for discerning guests such as yourself.
Oh, and I guess the rune... Oh, the rune is here. Okay, so we can buy that legally if we want to.
Welcome to my shop. Say, an acquaintance of mine is supposed to be holed up in an office overlooking the Royal Conservatory. Check on them if you're headed that way. I'd check myself, but the streets are locked down. I'd make it worth your time.
I'll think about it.
See anything you like?
Interesting. So we just got... another...
Welcome back. Please, take your time.
Upgrades available. Armored bullet or magnetized bullet. Okay. Don't really need those if we're not using bullets. Pirate Betty, ram-a-bam, oh, Pirate Betty, wham-a-lam.
Ah,
exactly.
Blueprints for better weaponry.
Suppose I should start with the first one, though. I actually started with the second one, just because it's the newer one, and I didn't quite know if I wanted to play them. And so I went, okay, let's take that one, and if I like it, I can go back and go in the past. But you can start with the first one as well. Might be able to give me some background if you spot something here in the game. Wait. What is this? Crossbow accuracy, extended bolt range. Stinging bolt, howling bolt, hardened bolt, bolt that inflicts greater damage. Yeah, okay, let's extend our range.
No need to wrap it for you, I suppose.
And the accuracy.
I'm certain you will be satisfied with your purchase.
Alright, and let's see, gear. You want 400 for that one. Well, I guess we have to.
An excellent choice.
Safe combination. The shopkeeper's cousin once attended a lecture in a building directly across from the Royal Conservatory. Now infested with bloodflies. He knows the combination to the safe there. And we don't have enough money.
Valuable artworks locked up in the conservatory where no one can see them. Truly a shame.
Sleep dart. Yeah, I guess we'll buy as much as we can. Now that we've wasted a lot of them.
Farewell. And do think of us again.
Why are you whistling?
What a pleasant surprise to see you again.
That's something I wish they had done, you know, with more precision. Not just have a little area in front of the place where he will say, oh, how nice to see you again. But actually, you know, like, make it the entire room or something, and if I haven't left the room yet.
Welcome back. Please, take your time.
Taxes, taxes, taxes. Or taxis, even. I don't think that door works. Kind of sad that I accidentally killed the guard, but the howlers are all alive. You know, if someone deserved it. Okay, that's the ground floor, right? Pay what you owe.
One night. Now I'm covered in chancres.
I wonder if these, you know, a nice way to make a game respond to your actions would be to have these graffitis change depending on what you do. You know, because it's excuse me. Because it's a simple thing to change. You know, it's not, you don't need different models or anything. It's just swap out a texture. that up now? Yes. So you know, it would just make sense. If certain actions, you know, caused, like, for example, certain factions to become stronger, and then their graffitis would be more obvious. Things like that.
You can tell he's no good just by looking at his shoes.
Okay. I see nobody here. Oh, okay. Here are guards. I wonder if I can go up there somewhere.
As long as you're Grand Guard, I'd hate to be anybody else right now.
An entire shipment of whale oil tanks just gone, taken right from under their noses. Idiots.
Okay, that's a locked. Hey, what?
An entire shipment of whale oil tanks just gone, taken right from under their noses. Idiots.
Is something about the...
Oh, as you were.
Something about the audio in this game is off. It's really weird. Like, it seems as if, I don't know if it's upside down or something.
This shirt reeks. I gotta get a spare uniform.
Is there anywhere up there I can go? No. Oh, that balcony looks promising. Ah, we might be able to go over the top. Either that or I'll have to take out the guards, which wouldn't be so much fun.
Worst assignment ever. Nothing ever happens.
Just going if I hadn't waited long enough for it to recharge, but I'm actually that low because of not recharging earlier. Okay, but I can't get up there. Quite annoying. Caldwell. What was the name? I seem to be mixing up the names a little bit. I wonder what happens. Can I shoot a hole in one of the windows to open it? Let's try that, I guess.
Someone's shooting at us!
What was that? Did you hear that?
I think that didn't do anything.
I wonder what I'm dealing with.
I imagine that. I wonder who that was.
Come on! Let's have a fair...
No!
I don't have time for games.
I wish I had a brain.
Let's see how you handle yourself.
Oh,
Let's finish her!
I thought I was dead already. Didn't realize. I was just trying to get on the railing and she jumped over it. Taking taxes out of the skin of people would be taxidermy, I suppose. That's a good theory, yeah. I don't think it's a good idea to do that, but I definitely like the name you chose. Okay.
It's not something bad. Maybe it's not.
Settle down. Dinner will be in you shortly.
Oh. Don't know what that building is. It seems to have some blood flies in it, but maybe I can use that to get through. Yeah, it didn't leave a hole in any way. Warning, blood fly infestation. Good start, yeah.
One night at the body house. One night.
Oh. I guess... Okay, someone is sleeping over there.
Something feels wrong.
I've got enough to worry about without their constant complaining.
Okay, so I just went one floor down.
Someone just heard a dog bark or something.
Working for the Duke's not so bad. As long as you're Grand Guard. Anybody else?
She sees what I can do with a bit of cat fur and a bone from a drowned man's leg.
They're just jealous. If I want to dance, then I can twirl around all I want. Just try and stop me.
Who is that?
Throat feels a little scratchy. Maybe some steeped orange.
Okay, she's just a civilian. Okay, that wasn't anything worthy of reading. A lot of people seem to have this person. Is that the old Duke? Okay, we're here. That's not really useful.
Maybe I should just work a double shift, so I don't have to listen to him tell me about how good it was at the
Okay.
There once was a man from old Lambro, whose cockle was wee as a minnow. He tugged on it.
Just got word that something's happening. More likely it's some kind of commotion.
Alright. But this... like what she said, like what I can do with a bone and cat's fur, that didn't sound too good.
Did someone hear some thunder or something? Honestly.
More bad things have happened here in the last 5 years than in
things.
all the years of my life before that. I know that much.
Huh.
I could really go for a whiskey or something. Maybe one of them 2-penny drinks. Blood ox stew tonight. I'm starving.
It's really hard to figure out.
Whole family stung to death. So disfigured. Blood fly nests all around them. Horrible.
That seems to be the safest way to get on the railing, is to wait for these triangles to show up.
The color of the sea yesterday. Bad omen. Bad.
Air feels heavy. Hard to get a good lungful. Can't I? Oh, sure. Yeah, he knows how to talk to the boss. What was he being stupid? I know all my letters and then some.
Gonna last thing. See me in the morning.
Damn it. I need to pee.
Oh, he's singing nice. Okay, I think we'll just try to sneak through with our ghostly thing and see if that's too bright.
Everyone's gotta die, yeah, but please, not today.
Oh, that tastes
That masked killer. Heard some
There were
victims
no
were found
blue-jawed
half devoured.
hagfish.
Blood and
River
shit
crust is more
everywhere.
likely. Oh, something stinks around.
That worked, okay.
Not my job to clean it up.
Glad about that. Ooh.
Huh?
Whoops.
Karnaka, my Karnaka, brothers and sisters of my blood, and all the little people who make this great city trundle along.
The Royal Conservatory. What do those walls hide?
A new empress sits on the throne in Dunwall. Our rightful ruler, Delilah Caldwell, the first of her name. May she reign forever. There are some traitors who question her claim to the throne. Morley, Tivia, treasonous nations skulking in the cold, gloomy north. If they want war, we'll give it to them, no matter how many of you I have to sacrifice. Serkonis will fight for Delilah to the bitter end.
No matter how many of you I will have to sacrifice. Very heroic. That just looked creepy. That ghostly form that we just took, yeah. It's if they see you, like you can, if you're close to the shadows, you're basically invisible in that form. But if you go through the light while they're looking, they'll all go like, what the hell? What devil thing was that? And the city is dung wall. Yeah, it feels like that sometimes. I think nobody here, which I guess is good. Somebody here after all. Oh. There's a bone charm. And a few coins. There are runes up there. Alright. It's interesting. I've had so many occasions where we've had like, oh, so much Addermire solution. Now I'm full on health. But it's like, I could use some Addermire. Well, I guess we can just refill for now and hope that we find some new. What's over there? Somebody left their baguettes in the stairwell. I think otherwise we're good. Let's see. Just have to find the way back later. Oh, okay. That building over there is where we want to go.
Just once, I'd like to see her buy the drinks. Just one time. Is that too much to ask?
It worked.
Did anyone ever find out what happened to Burlton and Lieutenant Culbers?
They probably ran off, you ask me. Must have had a thing for each other.
No, she went missing a day before he did. And someone found an officer's pistol in the gutter. I think something else happened. Maybe they went inside the conservatory.
Look, Karnaka's leaking people. We tell ourselves we're keeping it together, but everyone is afraid of what will happen when it really falls apart.
What was that? Just now? Is there someone who saw me? There seem to be a lot of plants growing here. Whoops. Okay, so for once I ran into a trap. That wasn't good. Oddly, I didn't take any damage, but I'll have to be a little more careful. There's a lot of tripwires in here. And really all I want is to get up there. But let's see. Here's another tripwire. I guess we've got a stinging bolt. That's nice. Ah, I guess all these traps, okay, are for if you're if you can't use your abilities and want to take the regular way up here. Right, there's a bone charm up there, which we should be able to get to now. We're so stealthy and quiet. Clunk. But there was no way to interact with this thing apart from, you know, like kicking it off or something. That looks suspiciously... Yeah, it's an outsider shrine, so let's see what this does.
Look at you, making your way across this shuddering city. Brianna Ashworth would have been miserable as a member of high society, forced to wed some bloated banker. Her only moments of real freedom, getting drunk at fancy balls, and slipping away to couple with strangers. It would have ended in an unhappy marriage and a late-night plunge into an icy river. But just before Mother and Father married her off, so many years ago, she found Delilah instead. It was all highways and graveyards after that, never looking back. Vice Overseer Byrne is an ambitious man, but he believes in the Abbey's mission, protecting the good people of the Empire against the likes of us. You know he'd be happier deep down if this ended with Brianna Ashworth's head on a spike. Maybe yours as well.
Alright, what new rune did we get? We have 4 runes that we are carrying now. Okay, so what can we do? Doppelganger or mesmerize? Or we can just upgrade some things. Shadow Walk. What is this one? Improved Shadow Attack, Shadow Run. Improved Shadow Attack. Required. Okay, and this one, we could get both. Assassinate or incapacitate up to 3 enemies during Shadow Walk. Alright, so, and this one, Far Reach, pull yourself rapidly across a distance. What's this? Pull objects towards you and catch them in mid-air. Includes corpses and unconscious bodies. Pull enemies toward you and incapacitate them in mid-air. Not stealthy. Okay, it's not stealthy, so that's not really something, but pull objects towards you, either catching them or stepping aside and letting them fly past. Pulled resources will be added to your inventory automatically. Objects that can be carried must be grabbed manually. Pull a bottle to you from afar, then throw it as a distraction, or pull a whale oil tank to you, then throw it as an explosive. That's kind of promising. What is this? We have premonition. We already have that. Greater dark vision, but we could only get that because it's 3 and not just 2. You don't have enough D6 with you for Shadowrun. Aww. That's a nice RPG. In addition to living beings, objects and security systems are visible through walls. This makes it easier to search an area for resources and mission items, or to deactivate security systems and mechanical enemies. Oh, this is kind of promising. I think I'll go with the pull for now, because we could have used that once with the bloodflies. Pull objects, upgrade power. Alright. But that means we don't have enough for the better dark vision. So greater dark vision is kind of the next rune we want. What does Shadow Walk let us do? Proof Shadow Attack. Assassinate or incapacitate up to 2 enemies before returning to physical form. Strategic tips. With Shadowrun active, your movement speed is increased while in your stealthier form. I mean, that would be... I've never assassinated someone while in shadow form. I only used it to zip past someone. I never even thought about it, so I guess I'll just keep those 2 runes for now. Oh wait, what can we do? Bone charm crafting. What is this? Witch crafting. Lower chance of corruption for bone charms with 3 or 4 traits. Or use the same trait up to 4 times across your crafted bone charms. I mean, we could do that one, I guess. But I think we're good on bone charms right now. Okay, the thing is, shadow kill. We haven't really killed anyone intentionally. So, traditional Sir Conan songs. After sparrows 3 times call, after gull does 3 times fall. Come maiden, mistress, mouse and hen, come fisher, farmer, frog and wren. Once a king, dressed in red, warmed by flames on feather bed, while all the town, starving, cried, chilled by winds, the month of ice. Eat them of frost, eat them of snow. The monarch decreed to them below. Upon a spike they perched his head, cursed his name, burned his stead. Hush a by and don't be affright. Mama will sing you all the night. Many an hour before morning sun, don't dream of horror yet to come. I wonder if you could sing that on the... What is it like? You know, like Hush Little Baby? After sparrows 3 times call, after gull does 3 times fall, come maiden, mistress, mouse and hen, come fisher, farmer, frog and wren. Would kind of work, you know, as a lullaby. Once a king dressed in red, warmed by flames on feather bed, while all the town starving cried, chilled by winds the month of ice. Something like that. I don't know if I remember the melody correctly, because with different lyrics it's hard to remember where the melody goes. Hush little baby, da, 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 da. Yeah, I don't know how it continues, but it seems it could work. The crown killer is watching. I hope not. Alright, so... I guess this is the point where we really...
Who opened this door? Maybe the wind or something.
Which door?
Ooh, smells like piss. What a dump.
Don't scare me like that. Do we have a map? No.
Yeah. Disgusting.
I've got to get back to Dunwall. I feel so bad. Haven't seen the kids in 2 years. Did I close my locker before coming out? Last time I left it open, someone left a hagfish in my jacket pocket.
It's interesting that they all say the same things. Completely different voices, completely different recordings. I guess I can't go up there. There's an open roof here.
Dear
Don't
stomach,
think...
I have received your request and agree that dinner time cannot come quickly enough. Unfortunately, we are still on duty. I will get back to you if I hear anything more. Sincerely, me.
All right. I guess this is the point where we'll take our break. Half an hour late, but better late than never. See you in a moment, and then we'll continue trying to find our way. I guess we'll first try to get to the shopkeeper's associate, if we somehow can.
Gotta get a spare uniform.
And then we'll see if we can get to the conservatorium. See you in a bit.